Hi everybody, it's Mike Kennedy, Vermont Bar Council, back for another segment during Lawyer Wellbeing Work Week. First, you'll notice that I'm not in my garage. It's such a beautiful morning that I decided to sit on the porch while I have my coffee, my Vermont Bar Association mug. Hopefully it goes okay out here. So today's topic, well, it's Wednesday of Lawyer Wellbeing Week. It's actually Wednesday of every week, no matter what type of week you're celebrating, or even if you're not celebrating a week, it's Wednesday. During Lawyer Wellbeing Week, Wednesday's focus is on engagement and growth, and in particular, engaging yourself intellectually, challenging yourself to grow intellectually. Monday we talked about physical health. Yesterday we talked about spiritual health, working to align your personal values with your professional work. Today we're talking about intellectual growth, trying to find ways to engage your mind, which will improve your wellness. Two ways to do that. First, let's say outside of work. Challenge yourself to do something outside of work. It's important to make time to do non-work things. That's part of wellness. And you have the time. You just have to make sure you make yourself commit to that time. And I don't know what it might be for each of you to grow intellectually in a non-legal capacity. It could be, I always tell myself I'm going to learn how to play piano or read one of the classic books that I've never read or learn a language, and I never bothered to do it. And I need to, start practicing what I preach and challenge myself to learn those things. There's also intellectual growth within your role as a lawyer. So for instance, you might feel like you're in a rut. You could be really, really good at the type of law that you practice, but you've been doing it for a while and it's just the same old, same old. Challenge yourself, step outside that area of practice, find a new practice area to sort of try and just invigorate yourself. Maybe you'll feel like a new lawyer again, and it'll then in turn make you excited when you get back to what it is that you normally do every day. And there's some ways that you actually have opportunities in Vermont to seek out that type of intellectual growth within the practice of law. Give Jennifer a call down at the VBA. She's got a ton of webinars coming up between now and the end of June. Not a practice area, I don't think, that she hasn't planned one in. It'll give you a taste. Maybe this is something I want to try. Or Mary Ashcroft at the VBA, Sam Abel Palmer over at Legal Services Vermont. They've got a ton of different pro bono opportunities, low bono opportunities, Vermont Volunteer Lawyers Project, that will give you a chance to do something as a lawyer that's different than what you normally do, that would challenge you to grow as a lawyer intellectually, professionally, while at the same time giving back to somebody who really needs assistance. Now, the reason that intellectual growth is important, and again, I'm no life coach, I'm a lawyer who is promoting Lawyer Wellbeing Week because well-being is part of my job as bar counsel. But like I said in yesterday's video, I can read things online and repeat them to you, things written by experts. And the experts will tell you that intellectual growth is important because it helps us develop confidence in what we do, in ourselves, and that's part of wellness. So the reason confidence is important, as the truck, the recycle guy goes by. Confidence is important because, believe it or not, a lot of lawyers don't have enough confidence in themselves. They feel like, I don't belong. I'm not smart enough. I'm not skilled enough. Sooner rather than later, my supervisors are going to figure that out and I'm going to lose my job. My clients are going to figure it out and they're not going to continue to work with me. And that lack of confidence at some level becomes what is called imposter syndrome. A feeling that I'm an imposter, I'm a fake, I'm a fraud. And here's the sad story. In 2018, there's a lawyer named Gabe McConnell, and I'm just gonna wait for the truck to go by. That was the trash guy. He follows the recycle guy around. They go right in order. They got it pretty coordinated. Anyway, Gabe McConnell was a lawyer who in 2018, October, 42 years old, to others perceived to be very, very successful. Great job, doing a great work as a lawyer, married, great house, all that. He killed himself, took his own life. His wife, in response to his death, wrote a very heartbreaking letter to either law.com or the ABA Journal. I'm not sure which. I have it on my blog, and I'll put it up again, where she wrote some things that struck a nerve within the legal profession and sort of brought light to this imposter syndrome issue. Here are a couple of the quotes from her letter. Referring to her husband, she said that despite having many accolades as a lawyer, he felt like a phony who had everyone fooled about his abilities as a lawyer and who would soon lose his job. She writes that she later learned that this was a form of maladaptive perfectionism that combines unrealistic standards of achievement with hypercriticism at failing to meet them. So just a couple thoughts on that. You are not a fraud. You belong. You earned your way to where you are now. You're not an imposter. You belong. If you challenge your intellectual growth, find things to keep challenging yourself. That'll help you address that. Go online. There's plenty of tools, if this resonates with you, that I'm going to put on the blog to help you address those feelings. More importantly, you people who are running law firms, who are supervising others, help them, help them, motivate them, remind them that they're good, help them to get better. Don't be hypercritical at every little time they fall short. Lawyers are people too, and we all make mistakes. When I was coaching basketball, I was part of this thing called the Positive Coaching Alliance, and they preached that of every 5 comments that you give to one of your players, 4 of them have got to be positive at a minimum. Otherwise, they tune out, they lose confidence in themselves, they stop growing, and that doesn't help them, and it doesn't help you as their supervisor. So let's just remember, lawyers are people too. You're not an imposter, you belong. Everybody else, remember, hey, there's always ways to challenge yourself to grow intellectually, both as a lawyer, both as a person, and I hope you seek them out. Thanks for listening. Speaking of intellectual growth and maybe some social wellness, Thursday night, 7 o'clock on my YouTube channel, a little pub quiz, legal ethics with a mixture of pop culture thrown in. Thank you all and have a great day.